Wow. With the news I just saw right now, I'm going to just say it. The Cavs were already pretty good last year, almost made the playoffs. They just added Donovan Mitchell. They are contenders now. This is absolutely nuts, everyone. The Cleveland Cavaliers have traded for Donovan Mitchell from the Utah Jazz. This was a thing where we thought the Knicks were most likely to get Donovan Mitchell. Then RJ Barrett. Contract extension talks went down with the Knicks. The Jazz weren't interested anymore. Supposedly the Cavs recalled the Jazz this week, and they was like, okay, let's get a deal done. The Cavs are sending Lauri Markkanen, Ochai Agbaji, and Colin Sexton, 3 unprotected first-round picks and 2 pick swaps to Utah, everyone. And the Cleveland Cavaliers are adding Donovan Mitchell to Darius Garland, first-time All-Star in 2021. Jarrett Allen, first-time All-Star in 2021. Evan Mobley, who we know was an incredible rookie, should have won Rookie of the Year. They have Isaac Okoro, who we know is an incredible defender. They traded for Caris LeVert last year. They added back Ricky Rubio, who played well for them when he wasn't injured last year. They have Kevin Love. They have a good defender in Lamar Stevens. Who am I forgetting? This Cavs team right now is looking really, really deep, and I know people have concerns about Donovan Mitchell's defense at times. But I'm going to just say this. What they're giving up, Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, not very good defenders for Donovan Mitchell. But we know that adding another playmaker, another shot creator to Darius Garland and Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley is exactly what the Cavs needed. Because there were times last year where Darius Garland, they would force Darius Garland kind of out of the picture offensively. And there was really no other shot creator on the Cavs to really make some plays for their offense. Now that you have Donovan Mitchell, now that you have him next to Darius Garland, defenses are going to have to pay attention to 2 guys, but just having Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland on the court is going to open up a lot of pick and roll action, especially with Mobley and Jarrett Allen. But the paint is going to be a little more kind of open and more free for Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen, just because teams do have to check out the top of the key when you're guarding Spider Mitchell and when you're guarding Darius Garland. This is a deal for the Cavs that I think absolutely puts them over the top. This team, I don't know if it's a super team, I don't know, but there's 3 All-Stars on this team, and then Evan Mobley, who, like I said, should have been Rookie of the Year. I think it's safe to say this is a super team. Obviously, you don't want to put too much pressure on the Cavs, but when you have Darius Garland, who I believe scored like 22 points per game, you have Donovan Mitchell, who scored like 26 points per game. You got Jarrett Allen. We know he's great offensively and defensively. And then you have Evan Mobley. You also have Caris LeVert. This is a team that is full of versatility right now. They have defenders. They have pieces on the offensive end that can get their own shot. But they also have guys who can bang in the paint offensively and defensively. This pick and roll action for the Cavs is going to be absolutely nuts. To me, they're one of the top contenders in the East right now. Look, that's a lot of first round picks to give up though. But the Cavs still own their 2024 first round pick, and they'll have a draft pick again in 2029, and that's actually when Bronny comes out. So look, keep an eye on that. But when we're looking at them giving up Colin Sexton, who I think is just a mini version of Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell's obviously better. He's a more refined player. You give up Lauri Markkanen, but look, you still have Kevin Love. You still have Evan Mobley. You still have Jarrett Allen. You still got Lamar Stevens as a forward. This team is already set there. You trade your rookie. We don't even know what was going to go on with the Agbaji. But look, Donovan Mitchell for these guys and the picks. Look, you're giving up compensation, but we know that Donovan Mitchell is a franchise player. And when you look at the Cavs roster, you look at their situation, just also what they gave up. Yeah, you're giving that stuff up, but what you already have on your roster, adding Donovan Mitchell to that is really good for this team. So I think this is a good trade for the Cavs, but it's also a good trade for the Jazz with the compensation of picks that they're getting. You're still getting Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen. Look, it's obviously not a good thing to trade Donovan Mitchell, but it happened. And they got what they got back for him, and I like their compensation of what they got back for him. I mean, like situation-wise, I think both teams got their fair share. When you're the Cavs and you get someone of Donovan Mitchell's caliber, look, we already saw them go get Deshaun Watson. However you feel about that deal, look, they got a superstar in town. The Guardians are doing well. Look, Cleveland right now, they're like, okay, Let's get to it. This is a town that looks to want to be and actually be pursuing some winning here, and they're getting serious about it. When you have Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, they take pressure off of each other. I said the same thing with DeJounte Murray and Trae Young. Trae Young was a guy in the playoffs who obviously did not have one bit of lax coverage on the offensive end versus the Heat. They were making sure they got Trae out of whack by throwing double teams at him, pressing him at when he had the ball. You could see the same thing with Darius Garland, but now that you have Donovan Mitchell, you have another guy defenses have to pay attention to. And when you have two guys of Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland's caliber, it allows the two to really make plays but not have to be all scrambled by the defense to be able to do that. And like I said, you still got Evan Mobley, you still got Jarrett Allen. And look, this even takes some playmaking pressure off of Caris LeVert because he had a lot of that last year. Not necessarily your average number 2 playmaker, but as a number 3 shot creator or playmaker, I really love that for this Cavs team. Look, when you look at the Celtics, you look at the Sixers, you look at the Bucks, the Cavs are, I think, are a top 5 team in the East with this move now. Just because, I mean, you look, the pieces offensively and defensively just add up. And when they just have these go-to guys that you need. This was just a video of my instant reaction. I will get a more in-depth analysis on this. But everyone, Donovan Mitchell is a Cleveland Cavalier. And look, it makes the Cavs a top-tier contender now. But tell me what you think about it down in the comment section below. Other than that, this has been Malik Hicks, aka The Ranker of the Ultimate Sports TV, signing off. Peace out, and I'll see you on the other side.